Is life doing the most to you right now? Are you going through it and it's just too much for you to handle? This is what we call a life quake. Let's dig in. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the show. I am your host, Georgiana, and this is the space where we talk about life lessons learned from K-dramas, Nollywood movies, and Black movies. And today we are taking our life lesson from the movie A Journal for Jordan. It is a 2022 movie. It was directed by Denzel Washington, stars Michael B. Jordan and Shantae Adams. The general synopsis states, amidst the constant bloodshed and battles, a deployed father's love for his newborn son reflects in the form of a self-written memoir. It's a beautiful story. If you have not seen it, I'm sorry, I think I said 2022, but it's a 2021 movie. I did go and see this when it originally came out in the theaters, and I just recently watched it. It is emotional. It's beautiful. It's a love story for, two people coming together and then having a son. It's the father's love story with his son. It was such a beautiful story. The pace was great. The shots were great. I really, really enjoyed it, and I would definitely recommend it. And spoiler alert, just so if you haven't seen it, I'm just letting you know there is a spoiler alert ahead. So I'm taking the life lesson from the life quake that occurred in Shantae Adams' life. Now, the general definition for earthquake states a sudden violent shaking of the ground, typically causing great destruction as a result of moments with the Earth's crust or volcanic action. On Monday, unfortunately, San Diego and Mexico experienced earthquake, and my prayers are with those that lost anyone, or and the fact that if you have to rebuild, it really does suck. But yeah, so we're talking about quake, a life quake. And that usually occurs when you go through what Dana had to go through in A Journal for Jordan, right? So she was literally a new mom. What occurred in the movie is that the twin towers had just come down, and her husband, no, they weren't married, but her boyfriend at the time, and they had wanted to get married. He was in the military. I believe he was in the Navy, and he had to go to war, and which he did. And unfortunately, at that time, he lost his life during the war. And fortunately, he left a journal for his son. Beautiful, just beautiful. And I believe that that really helped his son become who he is right now, right? And if you haven't seen my video on documenting your life, you really should check that out because it's really important. I think we just go through life, we get bogged down in the challenges of, I don't have a job, or, oh, this isn't going the way I want it to go. And, oh, I'm too busy. No, it is important for us to document our lives. You might think, oh, well, no one cares. Your family cares, right? And many times that I've thought of, ending my life or anything like that, and disclaim I'm sorry. And if this is triggering for anybody, it's been the fact that I have my family to think of. I think of my mother and all of that. So there are people that love you, and you get to document these stuff, and they get to read that and actually get to know what's in your heart, what was in your mind in different seasons that you were in. So I really believe it's important for us to document, right? And so when Dana lost the love of her life, she now had to raise a son on her own, and that was challenging. And that journal was a way to that, Charles, who was the father, felt like he would be around for his son, right? And be that direction for his son, okay? But it was still a life quake for Dana, right? And you might be going through a life quake, right? Maybe you just lost your job, and you thought you'll always have that job. Maybe you're getting divorced, maybe, you know, jobs aren't available. Maybe because I'm going through that, maybe you're stressing about the future, or you're not hitting the milestones you're supposed to hit. Maybe you're thinking of dropping out of college and because you want to do something else, or you have already dropped out of college and it's like, what am I supposed to do now, right? There are so many angles of how a life quake can happen, but your life is shaking, right? And it's causing a big disruption from what you're usually comfortable with. So anything that's occurring that is making you uncomfortable is a life quake. Okay, so let's just put that definition there. And so what inspired me was how she dealt with it. Although it had been like her son was a teenager and she hadn't like moved forward when it came to relationships or anything. So the thing with life quakes or earthquake really is that you have to rebuild. It might be hard. Not that it might be. It will be hard. It will be challenging, but you have to rebuild. You cannot leave everything under those rubbles. You cannot do that. You have to rebuild. No, it will not be easy to rebuild. But if you want to keep going forward, you have to start picking up the pieces bit by bit. You cannot stay there stuck. All right? And so today I'm talking about how do we survive life quakes. Number 1, be still, okay? Be still, right? And it's important to be still when it all happens, when an earthquake happens and you're still. You can't like move anything, right? Cuz there might be an aftershock, right? So be still, right? If you look at Psalm 46 verse 10, it says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be honored by every nation. I will be honored throughout the world." Be still. Don't figure out, well, what's going to happen now? What's it? Da, 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 da. You've taken a big step. Everything is shaking. Be still. Listen for the next strategy. I've been praying a lot for God to give me new strategies, right? And help. I'm listening. Like I'm not just like talking. I'm listening. I'm like, God, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do here? What do I do here? I am still to listen, to hear, what is this quake saying? What is this quake about? Why did this quake happen like this? It's processing that. It's giving yourself time to process what has just occurred. Dana had to process the fact that she's lost her husband. I know that was a fear. They weren't married. I'm sorry. They did plan on getting married. She had to process the fact that she would lose this man that she loved and that she's just had this beautiful son with, right? So you have to be still. Secondly, lean on God, right? I was looking on, I saw on the news where they said that the elephants at the zoo in San Diego kind of made a circle around their youngs in order to like protect them as the earth shook, right? So lean on God and your friends, right? Because these are the people that will soften the aftershock. These are the people that will get you through your life quake. You can't do it alone. If you've seen my video on I Need Help Now, if you haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out. Because it's really important that at this time where you are going through this life quake, to ask for help, to lean on God, to lean on your friends. There are friends, if you've been intentional about your friends, there are friends that will be there for you. They will listen to you. And I know all of us are going through everything, right? We all are. But there are times when some friends, some friends need you more than you need them. And they're okay with you leaning on them. I always say this whenever it comes to conversations like this, how grateful I am for the friends that God has blessed me with. But I was intentional about those friends. So, what that saying is that whenever you're going through something really hard, that's when you know who your true friends are. There is no better time to really know who your true friends are when your life is quaking, right? Some people don't even want to hear. Some friends don't even want to hear you say, oh, life is hard. It's like, oh, well, get over it. No, like, yes, I will get over it. But in this moment, my life is shaking and I don't know what to do. Just listen to me. So if you've been intentional with your friends, they will be there to lean on. But go to the Father who created you, who knows every single detail about you, because he said he knows the numbers of hair on your head. Can you imagine that? Do you really understand every single strand of hair in your head? My gosh, God knows that. Lean on God. Find your circle of friends like those elephants surrounding themselves, surrounding their youngs to protect their youngs as the earth quaked underneath their feet. All right, and then the last one, embrace who you are becoming. The only way, I'm not trying to get emotional, the only way you are gonna survive and pick up the pieces is when you embrace who you are becoming. This life quake has not come out of nowhere. It has God's hands on it. It really does. Because if you look to God, He will be there. He's always there. But you've got to believe that He is there with you. I've had to accept that. Like, I've had to make peace that, God, I know you're here, even if I don't feel it, because your word tells me that if I may in the valley of the shadow of death, you are with me. He is with you. So this is nothing new for him. So if he's allowed this life quake to happen, whether you make the decision to change something up or it just happened, like you lost your job that you thought you'd be in for years. I mean, people are in government losing their jobs thinking that would be a secure job. That's a life quake. But God knew it would happen. And yes, he allowed it to happen. It sucks. Trust me. I know what that's like. Okay? But you've got to embrace who you are becoming, because that job does not define you. And maybe God wanted you to know that. Maybe God wanted you to do something else, but you said, no, this is secure, God. This government job is secure, so I'm going to do this. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the thing is that when God has something bigger and better for you, your life will quake. So you've got to embrace who you are becoming. That is the way you're picking up the pieces, because you cannot go against the grain. Once that quake is happening, you cannot stop it from shaking up every single thing in your life. So what do? You embrace it. You lean into it, right? Like you lean into it. You don't try and divert and go the other way. All right. So I hope this helps you as you go through your life quake. As I'm going through my life quake, this is what I've learned. And I'm still in my life quake, you know? Sometimes I still feel the aftershocks, right? But I'm embracing who I'm becoming. At the end of this season, whenever God sees that, whatever He's looking for in me, whenever He finds that in me, whenever the season comes to an end and the trials are no more, I'm looking forward to who I become. I'm looking forward to the blessings. And then I'll enter a different season, right? As long as you're living, please continue to look for those seasons. But in order to survive these life quakes, these are my top 3 things to help you survive it. And if you haven't checked out, a journal for Jordan, please go ahead and check it out. And I got this from Psalms 46, as in how to survive the life quake. The first verse that I'm leaning on, and I hope it will help you, is God is our refuge and strength, always ready to help in times of trouble. So we will not fear when earthquake comes and the mountains crumble into the sea. Let the oceans roar and foam. Let the mountains tremble as the waters surge. Right? So we will not be afraid. And that was Psalm 46, 1 through 3. Okay? Check that out. Check out the movie A Journal for Jordan. All right, so that is it for my part of the comments. If you have any comments below on tips on how to survive a life quake, or, sharing what recent life quake you're going through, and, if we can be praying for you also, can you please put it in the comments below? I really want to know. That way, I don't feel alone in this life quake season that I am going through. And if it did bless you in some way, also comment below. And if you think it'll help somebody, please share it with them and give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe just so you know when we drop another life lesson. But until next time, y'all, thank you so, so, so much for listening, and take care of yourself. Yeah? Be kind to yourself, okay? And please be kind to others. Love y'all.